Okay, so welcome back to the very last tutorial um, 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 in the series that we've been looking at. So let us go back and open the Python code that we've been working with. So let's just so the two tasks that we're going to do in this tutorial. Um, the first one is to change the default icon in the window of the application, and then the next one is to create an exe. So let's just execute this. So once we've executed our application, you can see that the default window comes with that that's the default icon. So we don't want that. So what we want is we want to replace that with our own. So to do that, all you do is you get so here we'll have created the window and so on. You've set the title. So here we're going to say icon bitmap. Okay, so this is the syntax, and then you specify the folder and then the name backhill.ico. Okay, all right. So if we execute this one now, you see that the icon will have changed to what this icon that we've created is represented by. So that is our own icon that we are using. The other thing that I just wanted you to note immediately is let's just run this thing again. So you should have seen that when we execute this program from the design view, we get this black screen that pops up. Okay, and so this one pops up before the window can render. So in the next exercise that we are going to do, we are going to, when we are creating our exe, we want to suppress this console. We don't want this console to be part of our program. So each time that people run the executable, they don't need to see this. They don't need to see this. It's not necessary. So that's what we are going to do in the next exercise. Now that we've done our icon, we are going to close that. Maybe we don't even need this for now. All right. So we'll quickly go into, so that's the folder where our application is, and then that is in the Windows Explorer. Let me just put them side by side. I want this one. I don't want it maximized. I want this one smaller. Let's make them all right. So that is just the Windows Explorer view, and then this is the command line view. So how do we create an exe? So to create an exe in Python, we need a library called py installer. So what I'm going to do, because I already had py installer installed, I'm going to uninstall it, and then I'll show you how to install it. So we'll say pip uninstall py installer. All right, so this short command will make sure that we will remove that. All right, so it's asking me, do you want to proceed? Yes, we want to proceed. Okay, so it has uninstalled that library. So if we are now wanting to use it, we have to install it. So we'll say pip install py installer. All right, so that should not take long. So it's just doing its thing in the background. It shouldn't take long. It should be finished in a matter of seconds. Yeah. All right, now that is it's out of our way. Now we need to create the exe. So one of the things that I want you to observe is that in the folder here we only have one file. Okay, but once we've run this exercise to create the exe, other associated files and folders will be generated, which are used in the distribution of our exe. So how do we, what is the command for creating an exe? So the command is, you just say py installer. All right, I'm going to use a number of switches. One of them is one file, as the name suggests. And then the next important one, I was going to say no console. All right, so no console is one way in which we are going to suppress that a black screen that pops up prior to the window appearing. So instead of using that, we are going to use instead windowed, meaning that it will just be it's not a console based application. All right, space, another switch, and then we say we want an icon. So we want our application to be associated with an icon of our choice, okay, which is located on the C drive, and the name is backhill. All right, backhill.ico. Okay, and then the name msg application.py. Okay, so this should so once we hit enter there, we should we should observe a number of activity in the folder above here. So let's just hit that. Okay, as that is happening, you can see these things are being dropped in there. So those are things that aid in our distribution of our program for either deployment or sharing or whatever it is that we want to do with the executable. So we don't care about the code anymore. So that code will have been converted into a form that can be that is portable. So you can move it to a machine that where there is no Python, and it should run depending on meeting the required prerequisites. So where do we see the executable file? So to see the executable file, you go into the dist folder. So you see that is our application, the executable, with that icon that we created. So we can easily let's move this one, let's copy it to the desktop. Okay, so we've got our icon there. So we can close this, so we can close that, and then we can just go and hit that. It should open and work just like we use any other executable file that we have. All we do is click on it, and then it opens, and here you are. You can start using it as we've done in the throughout the tutorial. So this marks the end of this series of tutorials within the bigger tutorial to do graphical user interface application development in Python. So that's the end.